Alright, here we go. This is the last day, guys. It's been a while since I streamed. I was supposed to stream like 2 days ago, or last Friday, I think, but I was too busy, and to be honest, I've been really busy with a lot of other things outside of Vanguard recently, so I unfortunately haven't been able to play this game that much. Let me turn the music on. So yeah, and the other thing too is it's a little bit too hard. It's too time consuming now to climb rank. So I'll try to get rank Legend 30 this season, but so far I just haven't been able to play enough. In the last week, I think I hit Legend 20 like last Tuesday or something. It was like a while back. And I just kind of sat there now. My rank has dropped all the way down to like 892nd. I'll try to maintain that using Spike Brothers, because today's the day. Today's the day to finish the deck. So we're gonna have to roll that gacha, because we're missing 2 Demonic Lord Dudley Emperor. Let's see, who do I want to character fight? Either Christopher, Rekka, or Asuka. Asuka is pretty much done, so I guess Christopher low, because I want to try to build Polaris, and I don't really, I still need like 2 Leopold. That's very unlucky. There's a couple of things that have kind of deterred me from playing this game. Besides being busy, it's just like the random chance-based character drops is kind of pushing me away from the game. I've been having really bad luck with the character fights recently, like not getting the crystals is really aggravating to see. Because if they're gonna make this game a gacha game, there is no reason to not make the character, like if they're already gonna make the card pulling a random chance thing, then there should not be another random chance thing in this game. So I'm really fed up with that. Alright. So who do we got? Who's in the chat? Trying to get these cards, but it's not easy. And if you don't have a lot of time to play the game, it doesn't look good anymore compared to how it was last time. Last time, I mean, if you just put in the time, you could get Legend 50. Although, yeah, from Legend, that last 20 ranks is kind of annoying. They're making things, I mean, that's their incentive to get you to play the game, but unfortunately, it just gets a little bit too grindy for me. Alright, but I'm not going to just complain the whole time on this stream. That's not why you guys are here. So we're going to focus on the Spike Brother event, because this is the last day of the event, so you need to roll the gacha. We are going to do the character fight. We're going to do the Kyo fights now. We're going to open the last packs that I've got on stream. If we don't pull anything, that's fine, because we have enough material to craft the remaining 2 triple Rs that I need. And looks like we only have enough to fight him 1. Let me see. I can get 2 easies. We're gonna get 2 easies. Okay, see, that is the best luck I've ever seen, and that was on 2 easies. I wish I had that kind of luck when I roll it on hard. Alright, that gets us 4 packs. So the last call for Kyo. Now, I think if I do the character fights, like, after the, like, when you get the last set of stamina for the day, like the last 40 stamina, I could try to see if I can fight him again. But I don't think we have enough time. Like, I don't have enough time for that. And as you can see in the deck list down there, I'm missing 2 Dudley Emperor. So regardless of whether we pull any triple Rs or not, it doesn't matter, because I have saved up enough crafting material, making sure I've done this event every single day that it's been available, and carrying over the material from the last event, so that I have 240 crystals and 920 orbs and like 4K pieces. So we're pretty much guaranteed to build the deck at this point, regardless of the gacha. One thing though, do fill out that survey for the feedback to Game Studio, and in there I encourage everybody to try to mention that they need to make the character fights guaranteed drops. That in itself being a randomized system, I cannot stress that enough. That is going to kill this game in the long run. And another thing too, in the feedback, be sure to add that they should unlock the characters that are part of the limited time clan events as characters that you can fight on a daily basis, just to get the crafting materials so you can craft any missing cards that you missed out on from the event. That way, if you're somebody who missed the event, like if you weren't able to play during the week that it was available, then you still have a method of building the deck slowly over time via crafting the material from character fights. Because I think that's just such a stupid decision to like make Kyo be around for like a week or a week and a half or however many days the event's up, and then he leaves, and then oh, now you can't character fight him, so there's no way to get the crafting materials to craft the deck until he comes around again, and who knows when that's going to be. So that is just a feedback that I think everybody needs to mention in the survey, so that these guys are able to actually make the game better over time, other than the typical things that they're going to see. Because I'm pretty sure people who fill out that survey, like if I was reading the survey results, what I would expect to see is people complaining about cards need to be balanced, MLB's broken, Ganslot shouldn't, cards that grade 3s that can be revealed and sent back into the deck should not be allowed to be configured as heal triggers, because that's just unfair. Those are the sort of feedback that I would expect to read. But other things outside of that, outside of balance changes to the core game, would be like Kyo, Goki, Mai, and whoever else in the future. They should stick around as characters that you can character fight on a daily basis, so you can slowly build their decks, because they're not around all the time. And it's just, I don't know, like, if your favorite clan is Spike Brothers, then you're pretty much screwed if you missed out on the event, because there's no way for you to have any chance of building the deck until he shows up again. And then by that time, you're going to be so far behind, because you're going to need Juggernaut Maximum, and then, like, you know, Bad End Dragger, the Break Rod, all that stuff. And then on top of that, you might need Jelly Beans or whatever if you're going to run Dudleys. So there's just too many, like, people who their favorite clan ends up being a limited clan are completely screwed over by the way this game does their limited clan events. So those sort of things need to be submitted via the survey, because those are the only way they're going to fix these problems. Because I'm going to tell you guys, like, right now, like, this sort of stuff is going to kill the game in terms of the long run. But anyway, let's go ahead and roll the gacha. This is going to be the last 4 packs I'm going to open. And regardless, I hope I pull one of the Dudley Emperors so I can save my crafting material to roll over to next time. But if not, then it's fine. We're going to roll it right now. All 4 packs. Let's go. Please be a purple. I haven't seen a purple in a long time. Let's do it. Oh, yes. On 4 packs. 4 packs, we get a purple circle. That's the best way to end this. Now, I hope it's a Dudley Emperor, because I don't need a Jelly Beans. But if it's an SP Jelly Beans, I'll take it. Alright. So we got Daisy. We got Douglas. And it's Jelly Beans. Alright, well, whatever. So he becomes 30 crystals. Can we get another one, though? No. Okay, so unfortunately it was a Jelly Beans. But that's okay. It does help reduce the amount of resources spent to build the deck. So, there we go. Alright, that was pretty good for 4 packs. So I'm not gonna lie. A triple R on a 4 pack is pretty good. So that brings our total crafting materials to what, 270 on the crystals. So we go to Spike Brothers. Go to 3s. Alright, so you can see here, 270 crystals. Demonic Lord, Deadly Emperor. I still need 2. I waited till the end. But here we go. This is the last day. Might as well craft them now. 1, 2. Alright, not bad. So, we're not in terrible shape going into the 3rd Spike Brother event. So, I've got 70 crystals saved over and 595 orbs. So, that's pretty good. So, there you have it, folks. We completed the deck. Ready to go. If we go now to... Let me see. I want to see how many material... Like, I know I've got 70 crystals. I think I have 70 Grand Blue crystals as well. And there's Deadly Emperor, so we're going to change him. Set him as the main. And I think I've got... Yeah, 70 for Grand Blue, 70 for Spike Brothers, but I got a whole lot more orbs for Spike Brothers. 595. I pulled a lot of Douglas. A lot of Douglas and Daisy. That's the main reason why. Hey Fresh. No, you're not the only one. I mean, there are 5 other viewers. But I think you're the only one that's logged into YouTube. Alright, so I think my deck converted over. There we go. So, alright. So now that I have 4 Deadly Emperor, the question is, do I want Siegfried in the deck, or do I want to take him out completely and run Skydiver at 1? You know what? Let's try... Let's get rid of... Let's run without Siegfried for now. Let's run Skydiver at 1. I also want to test out this starter, because this starter is essentially a grade 0 Skydiver. So he goes into the soul to extend the attacks. Now, I was playing on ranked today, and I went up against someone who was using this. I was playing as Grand Blue. I ended up grinding out the win just because I was able to continuously put 2 interceptors on the field. And he just didn't have enough interceptors in the late game. But he was using this, and this thing was pretty interesting because he had Olivia and this card. But let me see. Like, if I want to run Olivia, I would have to drop the Panther for Olivia. The thing is, Olivia leaves the field though. So I don't know. You know what? Here, let's try Olivia. 1, 2. Hey, Asterix, you just... I don't know when you joined, but you just missed the last pack opening for Spike Brothers. I pulled a 5th Jelly Beans. I was still missing 2 Deadly Emperors, so I ended up crafting the other 2. Because I had like 200... After pulling that 5th Jelly Beans, I had 270 crystals. So now I've got 70 left over after crafting the final 2 Deadly Emperors. So I finished the deck. It wasn't too hard to build compared to Grand Blue for some reason. I'm luckier with Spike Brothers for some weird reason. And the nice thing about this time I didn't have to spend that many gems. I think I spent probably 600 or 700 gems to build this deck over the course of the entire length of the event. Whereas with Grand Blue, I think I spent maybe like 1,500 to 2,000 gems that I had saved up. So the nice thing is I was able to save most of the gems for next month. Alright, let me put this here. We're going to try Skydiver. I'm going to try Skydiver, and I'm also going to try... not this. I'm going to try this, because this is essentially Skydiver. So I have 2 Skydivers, sort of. Because Skydiver can go into the soul. So he builds up soul, so you don't have to run Medical Manager. I might run Medical Manager, though. But I want to try Olivia, because she gives them the ability to retire stuff. So I guess I'll run 3 Olivia. I'll just replace the Panthers with Olivia. Hey, sup, Sama. You played me in rank one time. You know, fun fact. If anybody knows, if anyone knows True Champion Steven on Twitch, and he also has a YouTube channel, I played him in a Narukami mirror match. I don't think he recognized me because he was like paying attention to his chat at the time. I wasn't streaming it; he was streaming, and it was funny. I ended up beating him because, as he claims, even though he's 6 damage healed on me, I still beat him. But as he claims, he had no boosters. Which is kind of true, but I didn't have any boosters until the very end of the match either, so... But it was a close game. That was on his Tuesday stream last week, if you guys want to go back and check. It's toward the end of his stream. He played against a VP farmer, and then me, and then like another VP farmer, and then an MLB or something. Or was it MLB, and then me, and a VP farmer. It was pretty funny, though. But yeah, I mean, I'm one of the few, like, if you played against me recently, most likely you played against me when I was using Narukami, because I've been climbing, yeah, this was the deck. I was using this deck. And True Champion Steven was using, like, his, what he calls the spicy crit build Narukami. He had, like, 2 crits or something, because he only has 3 Vermilions. But yeah, a lot of people have run into me, actually, with this deck for some reason. I don't know why. It was... Yeah, if you see the Miwa, if Miwa shows up with Narukami, that's most likely that's me. Because most of the Narukami players out there are not using the Miwa skin. But if you ran onto me, like, the decks that I've been using this season is Narukami, mostly Narukami, but also Grand Blue. These are the 2 that I've been using to climb. Climbing with Gold Paladins. Yeah, Gold Paladins is what I used to climb most primarily last season, and they're really, really easy to climb with. Especially if you go 9 crit. I mean, I guess you could run... For better consistency, you could run like 5 critical, 4 draw, but you don't really need to run that, and sometimes you can literally just steal wins. Like, for example, if you're up against MLB, usually MLB will try to mulligan for his pieces, so he oftentimes won't have more than 1 PG until like I guess the final third of the game, where eventually the MLB player will draw into their PGs naturally, either off of a draw trigger or just drawing into it. So with a 9 crit build with Ezel, you can just basically kill them as soon as they put you at 4 damage. Or even if you are at 3 damage, you can use your damage adders to go to Limit Break and then just finish them off. Like, I've stealed wins with Ezel just by double crit killing when they didn't have a PG. It's pretty hilarious. Now on the flip side, I've come across like MLB players running 9 crit MLB, which is just as high roll, although it's a little bit worse because they don't have the way to replenish the field the way golds can. Yeah, 9 crit, honestly, if you want the least stressful time climbing rank, the easiest thing to do is to run... And assuming you don't want to run as MLB, because MLB is also pretty relatively easy to climb with, but it's just very, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, if you play as MLB, you're seen as someone who is, I don't know, I don't care. If I'm playing against MLB, I'm just gonna play against MLB. But the easiest, least stressful way to climb is to go 9 crit Ezel. As long as you have Ezel and some numbers of Pelennor, it's easy. It's so brain dead easy. All you do is swing, kill the interceptor, swing to their vanguard, and hope you hit crits, and hope they don't have a PG. And even if they do, it doesn't matter because you have lots of criticals. And then you also have access to Pelennor too. And then on Limit Break, it's obvious. You never call anything from your hand. You Limit Break, prioritize a grade 2, Limit Break, prioritize another grade 2, and then Limit Break, like prioritize like a Dindre or some grade 1 or something, and then just go off from there. And if you, it depends, like, always keep track of their PGs. If you saw them drive check PGs, you know they're on the bottom of the deck. They damage checked 1. They had one last turn that you flicked out because you checked a crit. Then you can go Pelennor, and I've won games because Pelennor swung in with 4 crit. So I mean, there's stuff like that. Like yeah, 9 crit Ezel is very, very easy. Very straightforward, easy deck to understand. Granblue plays very similar to them though. Granblue's attack pattern, like competitive Granblue, runs 5 crit and 4 draw. Because they're kind of like Gold Paladins, because they can replenish their interceptors with Night Mist, and Cocytus also can help them do that. And Thanatos can extend their attacks, like kind of like how Vivian can extend Gold's attacks. So they're kind of like they could do 9 crit, but they can't do it as well. Like that's why I feel like Granblue, the best way to play Granblue is like 5 crit 4 draw. But my Goki has like steamrolled certain MLB matchups because of that, because of the spicy crit build with the with the Spirit Exceed, the turbo, just like the Ezel turbo. And then Narukami, I've been having a blast playing Narukami though. Like I feel like Narukami is this sleeper deck that people are just kind of sleeping on this. They don't really realize the potency of Narukami just coming in there with the Desert Gunners and just sometimes stealing games outright because the opponent has 2 interceptors ready and they aren't expecting it, and it's like you draw your Desert Gunner, call him down, block 1 interceptor, call your other Desert Gunner booster down somewhere, either behind the Genie or behind whatever the other Desert Gunner, and then it's like they look at their hand and they've got like one PG or 2 PGs and they know that it's over. Unless they 6 damage heal. Oh, the most memorable matchup that happened to me was earlier today. I was playing. Who was I playing as? I think I was playing as Granblue. Oh yeah, I was playing as Granblue. I was playing against MLB. I kid you not. I attack him. He's at 5 damage. I attack him. I hit a crit. The crit is this guy. My 1 Night Storm. I crit into MLB with Cocytus. And he double Gancelot heals on me. He literally double heals on me. So he lived. Then, on his turn, when he attacked me, he double heals again. Oh, he puts back one of the Gancels in his hand. He searches his Blaster Blade. And then he blows up one of my interceptors. I think it was my Ghost Ship. And then he swung into my Night Mist with Blaster Blade. Then he swung with MLB. And then he double heals. So he like double healed. He double 6 damage healed on my turn. And then he double heals on his drive check during his turn. You know, that sort of thing, for ordinary players, that would tilt ordinary players so bad if they saw that. I just kind of sat there and laughed. Because Goki had to say his monologue where he's like, pirates cross the sea and we're awesome no matter what. And then it's like, then he got out of there. He didn't even get a chance to finish saying it, but it was game over. But that was pretty funny. Yeah, but Granblue is legit. Like, you just have to know how to play them. They're kind of like golds, but they're harder to play. Because I did... The thing that I did was... What did I... Oh, no, that wasn't against him. There was another player that... I was up against a Dragonic Overlord. And I beat him because... I attacked... Okay, I called Thanatos. And I used the little, the starter, Night Spirit, to make Thanatos 13. And then I had Petro. Petro killed the guy, I think it was a Burning Horn Dragon. So he swung into Burning Horn Dragon. Then Thanatos swung into the Vanguard because it's 13 to 13, because Night Spirit makes Thanatos 13. So he hits the end, making him go to 5 damage. He checks a heal trigger, or no, he doesn't check a heal trigger. He checks his last heal, because I'm at 5 and he's at 4. So he checks his last heal. So he thinks he's safe, because he knows he doesn't have any PGs, because I flicked him out and then he healed down on his previous turn. So he's at 4 damage. I attack him, he gets his last heal, goes to 5. So he's sitting on 23. Then I activate Thanatos' skill to Superior Call. Not another interceptor, but I call my Chappie the Ghosty behind Cocytus. And then Cocytus swings in 15 plus Chappie. Then he checks his my last draw trigger. And then he died from that. And he had no more heals left. So those sort of things, those are the sort of wins that you don't forget. Like when those things happen. Or when you have to call down your PGs to go for game. because you need them as boosters, and you know you can win because they have no heals left. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was recommending last season. I was recommending if people want fast, the least amount of stress and least amount of time, just go 9 crit Ezel and just go all in. I tried Angel Feathers a little bit, but this deck requires a whole lot of thinking. It's kind of like Pale Moon. I think it's a little bit harder to play than Pale Moon, actually. I played a very little with them, but I need to play as them more, though. Probably gonna do some of that this stream, but we're gonna focus on Spike Brothers now, since that's what the purpose of this stream is. So we're gonna go and play some ranked matches with this current build. We're gonna try it out, see how it works. If I don't like it, I'll just change something up. Right now we're gonna keep Daisy at 2. We're gonna keep Dan at 1, Reckless at 3, Phantom at... Actually, do I really want Phantom at 3? Or do I want Dan? I guess I'll keep it like this. We'll just go with this and see how it goes. I might drop Skydiver, though, and put the one Cypherade in. Alright, here we go. Spikes 2.0. Oh, I probably need to update that screen check because I got those 2 Emperors now, but oh well. Those on stream know that it's done. Alright, first match looks like it's MLB. It's either going to be a VP farmer or an MLB. Okay, I like having this and this against MLB, so not having to worry about grade lock. And the fact that we run... Okay, so it's a VP farmers, that's fine. After what happened to me today, where my opponent like double 6 damage healed with Ganslot, and then he proceeded to heal back to 3 damage, or no, he healed back to 4. Well, actually, did he heal back to 3? I can't remember. But anyway, I lost after that attack. But yeah. But if I do, this will be the last season that I attempt to try to get a playset of the ranked reward card, because I think at some point here the game just gets a little bit too time consuming. Alright, so when you run this starter is a Skydiver, and he's similar to the Seed Squire in Neo Nectar, meaning you want to boost with him. Now, one thing I could do, this can call Baraki out, so actually let's go ahead and get... do I want to get Dan? I guess I'll get a Douglas. Watch, we're going to get Douglas. We're going to call down Phantom over here. And we're going to do this. So Daisy swings first. And that's good to get the draw. So now we're going to put it on this guy. Alright, good. He didn't get a trigger, so but he's gonna go to 15. So unless I bring down... Oh, I can still hit him. I can still hit him if he doesn't check a trigger. Oh, I checked the trigger. But I can still hit though, because I have the Phantom, right? Because wait, what does this guy do? When it boosts, you may choose. So this becomes a 10 booster, so I could, unless I conform. So that's 10. He's already at 20 though. So unless I call like... because it's a VP farmer, let's just explore what we can do. So let's call Jelly Beans. So let's just try to learn the potential of the combos. And then activate this skill so it hits. Alright, and now Phantom goes to the bottom of the deck, and that's it. So even despite him checking a defensive trigger, that's the nice thing about Spike Brothers. And that's the reason why Spike Brothers is considered a higher tier. It's up there in the top tier, up there with like Dote and not, well, I mean MLB is kind of in a league of its own right now, but it's up there. It's definitely higher up than Grand Blue and Neo Nectar, and the reason is because Spike Brothers has the ability to hit over defensive triggers, like what you just saw there. Because their cards can inherently gain power, but at the expense of them leaving the field. So you don't get to keep those cards, but you do get to push damage. That's the trade-off. Alright, so now we ride up to Douglas because he doesn't do anything unless he's called during the battle phase. So we still get Jelly Beans. And I honestly think they need to nerf these grade 3s that you can reveal and put back in the deck. I think they need to make the game in such a way that you cannot do that. Like, you should not be allowed to assign triggers. Actually, let's try this. Now this is. Do I want to send this back? I guess let's send it back. Send it back so he can attack me, so he can get some VP. But what you want to do with spikes is just rush them down. That's basically what they do. It was pretty cool playing against Spikes as Grand Blue earlier today. Hey Kai. And he checks the heal. You know, that's something that I forgot to mention in the survey, because I did the survey and I told them they need to be more active in balancing cards and like nerfing cards and buffing cards, just so that the meta, the decks that you see on ranked become more diverse than they currently are. What I forgot to tell them was that what they need to do is, well, I can't do anything with this. What I forgot to tell them was they need to... Oh, I think I have a 1. Oh. They need to make it so that grade 3s that you reveal from hand cannot be made heal triggers. 'Cause I think that's a little bit game breaking. That's borderline game breaking when you think about it. Like this. Gancelot, Jelly Beans, Edelrose, any card with that kind of effect should not be allowed to be assigned as a heal trigger. I think that's just way too good. Way too good. After what I saw happening, my opponent double 6 damage healing on me with Gancelot, then proceeding to double heal on his final drive check. Because essentially, decks that have access to cards like Gancelot and Jelly Beans are better than Angel Feathers in terms of like heal capability. Because typically when you mulligan, think about it when you're playing a deck and you have your opening hand. If you draw into, like, say you start with 2 heal triggers in your opening hand, and what do? You mulligan, you send them back in. But if you're playing a deck that has a card like Edelrose or Gancelot or Jelly Beans, you don't necessarily need to mulligan. In fact, you probably don't even mulligan, because those cards pretty much guarantee you heals, and they guarantee you heals later in the game rather than early in the game. And on top of that, they also guarantee you the ride consistency, because if you're missing a grade 2, you just send the heal back on your first turn to ensure that you have a grade 2 in your hand for the next turn. So I think they should not be allowed to be heal triggers. I think that's kind of an oversight. It's funny because when you play against the AI never assigns those cards as heal triggers. Like, I remember in the story mode, Aichi uses Gancelot as a stand trigger. Or in the character fight, like, Gancelot's a stand trigger. And then I think the same thing with Edelrose, or Edelrose is like a draw trigger or something. It's some ridiculous thing. I mean, some balanced effect. That's why I think, like, if I try to play the Reiji deck, I might still try to run Elrose and Werewolf Saker. And I might make her a critical trigger. This guy says VP farming, no heal triggers, no PG. Now, I think the last time I met that guy, he was lying, or he forgot to change his title. Alright, but see, like this opening hand. Do I need to send him back? Absolutely not. Do I need to send these guys back? Yes, because I don't want them as the Vanguard.
Stand up. Vanguard.
Alright, top deck that Emperor. We're gonna go into Reckless. Put this guy here. And that's it. I fought him before. He do run them, sadly. What? Are you talking about Mr. VP farming here? I think he's probably VP farming right now. I forgot. Oh man, I need to after this match, I need to change the picture so that it shows the correct Kyo without the grayed out Deadly Emperors. Yeah, last time I fought him, he was playing for real, even though it said that. Pale Moon, but I will wait for the raid up. I think it will happen. Yeah, I think there will be a raid up for Pale Moon. Pale Moon, Dark Irregulars, Nova Grappler. I'm not sure about Nova Grappler though. OTT, I'm not sure about those. Maybe, I don't know. It would be in the Wikia though. It would be like what happened with the Japanese version of the game. Alright, so now we can use these. Get Phantom. And then get... see, this is so broken. I'm just putting heal triggers back in my deck for free. That's ridiculous. Okay, and then just get me a Douglas. Alright, check this out. This guy's gonna go in. This goes here. Do I even need this to go here? Yeah, I guess. And then Douglas goes here. We don't even need to use Douglas. Watch. Check this out. He swings, and then he just pulls out Juggernaut Maximum just like that. In fact, if I had a Counterblast, I could pull Douglas, and then Douglas would become 14. I like this starter. It's like having a low-level Skydiver, and he goes in the soul. I like that. It allows me to run Olivia. I just pushed 3 damage without even having to commit too many cards to the board. Smart Leader, Darkbringer. I might try the other starter too. The only thing that you lose out on is the ability to search for a PG. Because the thing is, with Jelly Beans, you no longer need Mecha Trainer to fetch you a grade 1, because Jelly Beans essentially gets you your, with the 2 exceptions being the PG and the Reckless Express, Jelly Beans can get you your Phantom and your Dan, or even a Daisy. Although you probably would never really use it to search Daisy, because Daisy is one of those cards that you would search with the Emperor's Limit Break skill. But yeah, I mean the option's there. So I don't know. I mean, with 9 draw, you don't really need Mecha Trainer. I mean, yeah, you could, but Mecha Trainer doesn't go in the Soul, and you really need Soul with this deck. You only have 2 Jugs, but so many mats. But it would be cool to save. How many materials do you have? If you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, you missed it. I crafted my last 2 Deadly Emperors. So I don't have any materials now. Actually, we'll just keep him. I'll be nice to him. He has the chance to deal damage. Actually, he has the right to grade 1 now because I'm 11k. Enough to make 2? Why don't you want to make them? Do you have all the other cards? Like you have all the new stuff like Emperor and Jelly Beans? You'll have all the cards. Oh man, definitely do it. Definitely craft them. That's what I did. What's the point? What's the point of waiting? By the time Spike Brothers come back, it's gonna be like November. Why would you wait that long? You're gonna be waiting like 3 months. I wouldn't do that. Spike Brothers will come back in probably December, actually, unless they do a double clan event. Because remember, we have to go through Neo Nectar, Tachikaze, Mega Colony, then Grand Blue again. So it's like 4 clan events plus like 3 or 4 seasonal board games. So it's gonna be a long time. I would definitely craft them. I would craft them. I had 270 crystals before I crafted my 2. I got 70 crystals left over for next season, so to me it was a no-brainer. Three triple Rs and 50 packs. That sounds like my Grand Blue luck right there. I had to spend like, I think on the very first Grand Blue event, I think I spent like 4,000 gems to craft the entire deck. And then the last season or last Grand Blue, the second Grand Blue event, Crusadus, I had to spend like 2,000, around 2,000 gems on character fights, on stamina resets to build that deck. But Spike Brothers, for some reason, I have way better luck. Like I've had to only spend like 600 or 700 gems this time around. You have 200 triple R, 900 double R, and way too much. Yeah, definitely spend them. Wow, this dude really had 3 PGs. Was that all 3 of them? Wow. Isn't Legion going to be till March next year from what I saw in the stream? Okay, so for those who are wondering the release schedule for... We're going to go off of the English one, because the Japanese one we already know. Now, what we know from the Japanese one is Season 3 Break Ride. Break Ride will last for 9 months. 9 months. So, for us, assuming they do not give us 2 sets in a row, it means that our Break Ride season will begin in November of this year. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So it will be a year. It will be until a year from now until Legion shows up in English. So English will show up August 2021 for those wondering. So it's still a very long way off, and I can't believe this guy is still playing against me. This is ridiculous. Well, the bright side is he gets his VP. He gets his VP. There he goes. He gets 1,000 VP. How many heals did he check? Because this takes super long. Wow. Link Joker will be 9 months long. So for Japan, that's what? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. It will be till the end of April. I was gonna say, if he checked the heal, I would get the use Skydiver's effect. Yeah. Basically, a really long time. They're gonna drag it out because Season 3 Vanguard had like so many cards. We might get the next 2 sets combined next month. If they do that, we will lose Vermilion, and who's the next card after Vermilion for the rank? They're gonna skip 2 ranked fights again if they do that. I mean, 2 season rewards. They're gonna go into the tournament thing. Have there been any leaks on that? I don't know, but they do need to give us 2 sets again. I need to fix the screenshot for my Spike Brother deck. Because we're running Olivia. This is even a completely different build than what you guys are seeing on screen. Spikes. Okay, that's the correct build. Alright. But they do need to give us 2 sets, though. I had an MLB player quit on me. I had crits when I swinged with golds on G1 and G2, and then the 4th damage were PGs and his drencher. Yeah, but yeah. Wow, so at Legend 21, I'm still in top 1000. I'm surprised. I feel like people are not as aggressively climbing this time around compared to the Ezel season. Maybe. I mean, I've run into all kinds of random MLB decks. I've run into somebody running 9 crit MLB. I've run into like people who have like 1 Gancelot and 3 random the 12k grade 3 thing is their other heal. Okay, this opening hand is not the best. But I can keep this as my turn 2 ride, and then these guys, if I need to, I can send them back. So hopefully we draw into an Emperor, though. The bad thing about not running Seyfried is that Deli Emperor is your only good ride target. The alternative is Juggernaut Maximum and Jelly Beans, and if not them, then Skydiver. So, I mean, the bright side of that is you have an 11k Vanguard. But that's why we run the 1 Dan, so that Jelly Beans can search that Dan. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Daisy, obviously give him the first ride. We gotta call this guy here. Now he's got Saishin. I don't want my dude to stick around. So we're gonna try to... let me see, I can superior call something. Should I even do that? I hate to put this behind the Vanguard. You know what? Here, alright, let's do this. Here, let's attack him first. Oh, no, because if I... Huh. I have to check a trigger on her anyway. So, I guess what I want to do here... If I put the power... I'll let her whiff, but if I put the power on Reckless... Oh, no. I gotta put the power on this. So let it whiff, because those guys won't hit. So what I want to do is send this guy in the soul. And he checked a draw, so that ruins everything. Because that puts him... I don't have... Okay, I can make Baraki 14. 14, I can still do Baraki. Alright. This can do what I want it to do. There we go. I pushed 2 damage to him regardless of whether he checked that draw or not. Yeah, now what he'll do is he'll use Saishin to kill my Reckless Express. But the thing is, I pushed 2 damage to him. The whole goal of me doing that was to push 2 damage that turn. Because I already know he's going to use Saishin on Reckless. I mean, if he doesn't, then I don't know why he wouldn't. I mean, Reckless is an annoying card to keep on the field. Because it'll run over his grade 2. Okay, so he's gonna... Yeah, so I was gonna say, it wouldn't matter if I check a defensive here. Now, I kind of want to check a defensive here, though. Okay, so he's gonna put me to 3 this turn. But the good thing is, so he's pushing so many cards to his field. He's gonna kill that. I already knew that. So what we'll do is we'll use Baraki to kill one of the interceptors, and then I guess Douglas will have to swing into the Vanguard, because that Vanguard will have a penalty, so I can hit it. The thing is, he committed so many cards to the board like this. Alright, now I need to get my booster. I gotta think this through, though, because I only have... Okay, I can run over one of them with Baraki, but how am I gonna run over the other one? I guess I gotta get Phantom? Oh, no, I can just get... yeah, get Phantom. Kinda need Dan, though, right there. Alright, so put Phantom and... I guess this, and then Baraki on the other one. So it would be like... this... then... this... I don't use that. And then just swing Vanguard. So here I can heal, or whatever, or draw, and then he'll whiff heal. Alright, so both of us are checking draws and heals early. So that means there's going to be a part of this match where neither one of us are checking stuff. Oh, and he had to ride his heal. So that's actually really good for me, although I don't have a grade 3 in my hand at all, so this might not work. Alright, he's going to give himself limit break so that I guess I can't heal. Okay. Now, because his Jin has to attack the Vanguard here, so I guess... Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because he can't attack the rearguard with that thing. So this heals him down to 1. Why wouldn't he? Okay, because he only get 1 more? Well, he goes down to 1, and I don't have a grade 3. This doesn't look too good. But, I mean, if I top deck Dudley, Emperor, we have a chance to try to recover a little bit from here, but I think we're kind of behind. Although he doesn't have much of anything in his hand. So I guess at this point we just kind of have to play... We have to outplay him here. So I guess... What do? I guess 2 of these? Or I guess I don't even need to really attack his Vanguard. Because there's no guarantee that it'll hit unless I use this guy's effect. I mean, I could do 2 Phantoms into his Kinkaku, then the Vanguard into the other one, and then Baraki into the Vanguard. I don't really know if that's necessary, though. I kind of think I should just... I mean, we're behind, so we're just going to have to do this. So just do this. Let's see what we get. Okay, that heal is going to help a lot. Because now I don't have to waste Baraki. Now you can just sit there. How many gems? Like 700 probably? 700 total to build this deck. And it's just basically just waiting it out throughout the whole... until the very end. I had to craft 2 triple Rs. I just crafted 2 triple Rs on stream earlier. My final 2 that I had to craft were the 2 Dudley Emperor. Oh, so he's going to try to win the game with this? Why would he do that? What is this going to do? Kill my booster in the front row? I guess he's going to... Why would he do that? He should just attack with the Jin into the Vanguard, and if he double triggers, and if I don't trigger, he could have pushed me to 5. Now, he's been checking more draws than me, though, so that's the only thing that's maintaining his lead over me. And see, I'm damage checking non-draws, which is actually pretty bad here. Because if I top deck the Emperor, it's not going to help. Because, okay, I mean, That kind of helps. So I'm not grade locked anymore, I guess. I guess just attack this, so I have one less attack to deal with. Yeah, so he can't like swing that back and then boost a grade 2 with it. That's why I got rid of that. Instead of the, even though the other column is guaranteed to hit, it doesn't matter because it doesn't form the correct numbers to get over a damage check. I mean, I guess if I really wanted, I could have used the Phantom, but I really don't think it's necessary. So, okay, so he has this, but without a booster. See, now that's the reason why I killed that booster. Because now he doesn't have enough. He has to bank on triggers, and this, like, if I were him, I would swing with this first. See, I mean, he has to put it on one of them, but only one will get another chance to swing at me. Okay, that's another PG. I gotta make sure that's... And there we go. Now we're safe. And Devil Summoner is what is one of the best top decks right now. Although I really wish I had another grade 2. Ooh, Jelly Beans. Alright. This is why these heal trigger things should not be allowed to be heal triggers. Oh, and I can use Dan. I can use Dan. But I don't think I need him. I think I need this. I need a better booster. Alright, so please don't throw a trigger on the field or whiff. Oh yes, he got that one Dan. I don't know if well, I guess I have to put it behind the Vanguard. Yeah. It has to go behind the Vanguard because he can't use it otherwise. Alright, then Daisy will kill off his little dude over there. So we're gonna do this. 1. Oh, I made one miss. Well, I don't want to give up my PG. So, you know what? I don't want to give up the PG. How many heals do I have left? Okay, that's just... He has one PG at the bottom of the deck, one on the field, and one in the damage zone. So he only has potentially one in his hand right now. Now the thing with Narukami is he could call out a bunch of like desert gunners, so he can ignore my Devil Summoner and just go for game right here. If he can attack me 3 times, then I might lose. Oh, he decides to kill that. That's interesting, because now he has to commit an attack to Devil Summoner. That's interesting. There we go. So I was afraid of that. So the Devil Summoner's probably going to cause me to lose. So he has a swing. Vanguard first. Yeah, so we got a 6 damage heal. That's unfortunate. We basically lost because we were grade locked for 2 turns. Unless the broken Jelly Beans can come through and save us. Which could happen. Now the reason why Jelly Beans is a better heal than Juggernaut is because when Juggernaut goes back into the deck, he goes to the bottom of the deck. When Jelly Beans goes back into the deck, he shuffles the deck. The same way Ganslot does. So he could potentially end up on the top of the deck. Or somewhere other than the bottom, which is more useful. Okay, I finally got my 1 million VP. I just got my 10 packs. Oh, man. So now we just gotta go to 2 million VP for 10 more. But so far, I like the star that goes into the soul rather than Mecha Trainer. I think it's putting in a lot of work. VP kill, baby. We'll see if this is for real or not. Well, he's got no sleeves, but that's no guarantee.
タンドアップヴァンガード
Okay, it's a farmer. Wow. That's interesting. I'm seeing a lot more farmers than compared to last season.
サマライド
So what do you guys think of Spike Brothers? Are you guys like, are they one of your more favored clans? You guys like Grand Blue more?
スキル発動ステリオルライド
Are you actively trying, if you have the deck built, are you actively trying to climb the ladder with them? BT, Bermuda Triangle? The question was about Spike Brothers. Spike Brothers and Grand
ヴァン
Blue.
ガードにアタック
I don't know where that came from.
ダメージチェックスタンドアンドドローライド
If I had Spikes Card, I'd probably like them more than Grand Blue.
コールヴァンガードにアタックドライブチェックダメージチェック
Let's see, this goes to 12. Oh wait. Oh yeah, I gotta do it that way.
アタックダメージチェックスキル発動
Now, I guess nothing will hit, so we don't do anything.
スタンドアンドドロー
The game scared me half to death.
発動
In what way? Spikes and Climb with, they're slower than MLB, but okay.
ヴァンガードにアタック
I climbed 2 legend with Spike from 25 to 27. Got a blue circle in a 10 pull, but then got 2 triple R confirms in a row.
ゲットドロートリガースタンドアンドドローステロ地球の
Okay, so this guy can swing first.
エズラにコールエサマライド
Let's see, if I put Douglas from that effect, he can go there. Yeah.
ヴァンガードにアタックダメージチェックゲットクリティカルトリガースキル発動
Call Douglas. Call him here.
スペリオルコール
Use his skill.
スキル発動
So he powers up, so that's 21. So that's gonna hit. Unless I get 2 triggers on this,
セカンドチェックセカンドチェックヴァンガードにアタックダメージチェック
I pulled a random. My first pull was a random jelly beans with no confirmation off of a yellow
手札
circle.
がいっぱいだスキル発動スペリオルライドソウルチャージ
But I think if we get 2 sets next month, which I highly doubt that will happen, then it's gonna be weird. I don't think they're gonna do it. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna give us 2 next month. Now I can see them giving us two sets the following month.
スタンドアンドドロー
Like that way we get like Aqua Force, like Maelstrom and Glory Maelstrom at the same time. But I really don't think they're gonna do 2
コール
like
コール
2 together.
ヴァンガードにアタック
Like
ダメージチェック
Pale Moon plus Aqua Force is not gonna happen because last time they did that,
ヴァンガードにアタック
people largely ignored the cards from the Pale Moon and the Dark Irregular set.
セカンドチェック
Yeah, I got it done today actually on stream. I was missing 2 Deadly Emperors. I had to craft 2 Deadly Emperors.
最強なんだよ
So I only got 70 crystals left over after that. I pulled a 5th jelly beans out of my 4 remaining packs that I opened on stream, way at the beginning of the stream. Just missed only 1 beans. Craft it if you can. Unless you had to craft the old cards like Juggernaut Maximum. But the nice thing about Spike Brothers is you don't have to craft Seyfried if you missed out on Seyfried. You only have to craft Juggernaut Maximum. He's the only one... He's the main one that you really need from the original set. Okay, with this hand against Royal Paladin, which could be MLB, I kind of want to fish for a PG. So I'm going to send these back. And I got it. And I got it. Because that's what you want. You want a PG in your opening hand against MLB. And why? What? Is Galahad? Galahad? What? He mulliganed. Why? You can still run Seyfried. But you, like, oh, did you craft, like, 4 of him? Or did you craft, like, up to 4 of him? I mean, you know what I mean. Like, did you do it to have a playset of him? Man, this person is literally legit playing Galahad. Oh my god, why? I mean, I guess it's okay, but still, it's like... Alright, what do I want to do here? Man, the only problem is I gotta use my booster. I'm not ready to use this until I have another booster. Yeah, so I guess what I'll do... Can I push 2 to this guy? Do I want to push 2 to this guy? He'll just retaliate with Blaster Blade. So I guess we'll just do this. I don't have my grade 3 yet. Okay, there's 1 PG gone. That's good. This guy's legit playing Galahad. So you think he's playing MLB and Galahad? Why not run Wingull Brave, though? I mean, that's just so much better. The deck needs so many pieces. Did he just Soul Charge another PG? Yes, he Soul Charged another PG. That's 2 gone. I mean, this is the reason why MLB's better. I mean, Wingull Brave's better than Galahad, because you run the risk of Soul Charging your Sentinels. We need to top deck an Emperor or something, because this is not good right now, with being grade locked again. Oh, we get Jelly Beans. Well, I guess it's better than nothing. I want the Twin Drive. I need that Twin Drive. Now, I guess for now, what I'll do is he'll swing first. So we're gonna go ahead and start building up the board to attack. This can do 14, and this can swing 21. Wild hitter. Alright, because he's already 21, we're going to make her 19. Just in case. Alright. So now that's 19, so this guy goes next. We don't use the effect. Yes, we're getting lucky. This guy's not checked any triggers. Crit? Okay. You never run the 9K girl? You mean Olivia? Olivia's pretty good. She gives you access to retire the opponent's rear guards. Although she leaves the field though. But that does combo with the Dudley Emperor, because then he can replenish the field. Now, it's situational the same way Thanatos and Ermiel is situational, because you need them to not have 2 interceptors for that play to work. Okay, he's gonna counterblast 2, right? He's gonna counterblast 2 to give him a crit. Yeah, so he's gonna put me at 3. I mean, that's fine. Hopefully we hit like a draw off of that. He's out
リアガードにアタック
2 PGs and no heals. Who knows? This might be a weird like VP farming deck where he doesn't run any heal triggers or something. He runs like 9 crit and like 4 draw or some stands or something.
ファーストチェックセカンドゲットヒールトリ
Okay,
ガー
he heals. Soul Blast 2 seems like a lot. Well, yeah, I mean that's why. But look at my starter though. That's why I run. That's why I run this as a starter, because it goes in the soul. It's essentially a skydiver. Oh, another jelly beans. That's actually really good. So I could use what I can do here. Jelly beans is gonna swing into one of his interceptors. This thing to kill the other one. Although it's not needed. I want to get this. Actually, do I need another interceptor? Yeah, I guess I kind of need a Douglas. All right. I guess we're just gonna do a repeat of what I did last time.
アタックファーストチェックゲットドロートリガー
Whatever, Baraki. Doesn't really matter.
ゲットドロートリガー
I'm only gonna get one attack to the Vanguard.
リアガードにアタック
We're not in the right setup for the big combo here.
アタック
I need like a Juggernaut, or I mean, now that I have another Baraki in hand, I could use that. I bet this guy is running 9 crit 4 draw. I don't think he's. I mean, 9 crit 4 heal. I don't think he has any draw triggers. So he's gonna start slowly running low on hand compared to us at some point here.
頼んだわよコール
Alright, that's his, what, 3rd heal? He forgot to use his Galahad effect. I think he should have used his Galahad effect, because that essentially makes him pressure me the way MLB does. Oh, he runs stands too? He's running some weird, like... Okay, with stands and crits, that means that there's no draws. Man, it would be really nice to top deck the Dudley Emperor. He has no interceptors right now. Oh yes, we got the Dudley Emperor. Here we go, and I just got the limit break. We're gonna need that. Now we're gonna get to see the play. I just gotta think through what I'm gonna do. I say we use... I don't need to get rid of my 5k. Re-ride. We got Phantom too. So Phantom and this guy can hit the Vanguard. Phantom goes away. Dudley attacks with boosted by Reckless. Dudley's effect will go off. Reckless, I'll put Baraki in the soul, and then call 2 more things. Otherwise, I can just do the Baraki play. I guess just use Reckless first. Reckless first, or I could put the entire column away. Like I could, well, this is tough. I guess Phantom and him. Do it like this. Send them both away. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Does that go at the end of the turn? Oh yeah, okay, no, never mind. Now, I'll have to put a PG away. Yeah, I'll have to put a PG away. That's the only... I think I made one mistake. Yeah, I made a mistake. Well, we'll put... There's no going back now. Now we gotta put... We gotta call out, Wait, what do I have? Douglas? No, not this. Douglas and Daisy. Alright, let's see if this actually works. I didn't get a trigger. Alright, so then I push him. This. That's 26. We can still hit. It's equal. Okay, that was... I think I could have done something better there. I made one mistake. I should not have called my Reckless Express down. In fact, I probably should not have even used the Stars effect. But we're okay. We'll survive here. Even if he uses... Because unless he checks a stand, that's the only way we'll lose. Let's see. If he hits a stand, then we could lose. Because of that one misplay. I needed to hold Reckless in my hand. That was the card that I wanted to put back. Ooh, he's attacking me with his boosters up, which means he can't... Okay, if he checks one stand, he can still beat me, though, because he'll just stand up the one thing. Okay, we lived. That was close, and he has no interceptors. So what I'm going to do is swing... Oh, and wait, is it Counterblast 2? Oh, it's Counterblast 2. Never mind. Alright, we won't be able to use it. That's okay. Devil Summoner is an excellent top deck. So now what I'll do is just call him here. Alright, whatever. Alright, and then Reckless can still swing in. Alright, so here we go. Show me the PG. There we go. And now we're gonna go... Emperor... How many heals does he have left? He's out no heals, so it's game. Whoa, we managed to get through that. That was pretty close. A little bit suboptimal move there on that big turn, but that demonstrated Douglas and Daisy coming through, forming a 26k column without any triggers. But that's the strength of Spike Brothers, the ability to essentially get trigger power for free at the expense of the cards, like either not staying on the board or using up your resources like Counterblast or Soul Blast. So that's what you, ideally, what you want to call with the Dudley Emperor's Limit Break skill is Daisy and Douglas. And if not them, then you want to call Juggernaut maximum. If you know you need to hit a very big number, you go Juggernaut. Or I mean Baraki also. If you don't want to waste a Counterblast. Like in my case, I used up one too many Counterblast that turn, but it still ended up working out. All right, this is the reason why heal trigger grade 3s that go back in the deck are broken. Because I don't need to mulligan them. That's so ridiculously broken. Yeah. But sometimes, like when your opponent's low on cards in hand, you need to push damage. You can push damage when you need to. And I mean, that demonstrated it perfectly right there. Okay, so I guess we're gonna ride Phantom. Yeah, we'll ride. Well, we have what's his name, but I kind of want to keep Dan. Quite a lot actually. Wait, so this would be 10. Let's go ahead and get a Phantom, and then with the other one, we'll get Douglas. So now what I can do, I can put the Phantom here, I can do something like this.
アタック
ダメージチェック
スキル発動
And if I had a counterblast, you could potentially use Douglas right here to gain 5k.
スペリオルコール
That's 15, so this one goes
ヴァンガー
next.
ドにアタックドライブチェック
ダメージチェック
ヴァンガードにアタック
ダメージチェックゲットスタンドトリガー
Try Thermidor for starter next. Yeah, I played against somebody today when I was Grand Blue, and I faced off against a Spike Brother opponent that was actually using that Thermidor as the starter. I do like that guy. That guy's really good with the Break Ride edition of the deck, though. But I could try him. I like this guy, though, because essentially, it's like a grade 0 Skydiver that can use to rush the opponent, and he builds up Soul. I like that he builds up Soul. Because of this card, I don't have to run Medical Manager. And I would prefer not to run the Medical Manager because I hate the blind soul charging. I feel like Spike Brothers is not a deck that you want to randomly soul charge. It's not like Pale Moon where there's a benefit to randomly soul charging. Because sometimes with Pale Moon, you can soul charge things that you need in the soul. Other times it can backfire. You can soul charge like PGs and stuff and heal triggers. But that's just the nature of playing that style of deck. Alright, so I guess we can do, yeah, we can do this.
ヴァンガードにアタック
Wild Hitter for Soul Charge.
クリティカルトリガー
I need to look into what Wild Hitter does.
ヴァンガードにアタックドライブチェック
実現クリティカルトリガースタンド&ドロー
He's the other rare, right? He's the one that has the Counterblast 1 effect. He's the other rare grade 1. I need to look at what he does. I forgot what the effect is. Oh, I guess I should have given this guy a chance to get some VP off of this match, so I should not have called down my Douglas like I did. He replaces Dan. Okay, I'll look into it. The nice thing about Dan is you can search him with jelly beans, though.
スタンド&ドロースゲロ地球のボールデッド魔王ダットリーエズラに俺様ライド
Wait, this will swing higher than that? This is 19, this is 12 and 7, 19. They're both 19.
ヴァンガードにアタック
チェック
I think that's the next legend rank. Let me see. Oh wow, okay, that was probably one of the smoothest legend rank ups I've ever been in. There was a lot of VP farmers in that one for some reason. He helps Emperor hit 21. You know what? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, you know what? It makes sense to try him out because I'm not running any General Seyfried. Alright, so you're saying to try Wild Hitter. At the end of the battle, the drive check of the Vanguard, reveal grade 3, counterblast 1, and put this in the soul call. Any card from your deck. Oh, wow, yeah, that is pretty good. That's essentially, like, it triggers when the same way Seyfried's effect activates, but instead, you can call any card from the deck to an empty art. Whoa, that is actually better, yeah. Okay, we'll try this guy. But what do I drop then? I mean, I dropped one of those. I guess he's not searchable. So I guess I'll drop a Phantom so I can run 2. So 2 Phantom, 2 Daisy, 3 Reckless, 2 Wild Hitter. And then we'll keep everything else the same. Well, actually, let me look at that other starter. So this guy's interesting because he boosts a rear guard. It'll get 3k power. Then it can, if you had it, get 3000, put it at the bottom of the deck at the end of the turn. At the end of the battle. So this guy is nice because he opens up the field for Wild Hitter to put something in there, or the Emperor himself could put something in there. So yeah, this guy's good too. He doesn't build up soul though. Alright, we'll try this guy. Let's get the other one. Let's swap. So we're gonna try that starter. Well, let's see. So the only problem is the deck. The deck will kind of run. Okay, he goes into soul though. So I guess I have to drop Olivia. He can send it. Yeah, I know. It's anything he boosts, it will go back to the deck. I'm thinking with this build though, because it doesn't build up that much soul. I mean, Wild Hitter builds up soul, but the thing is, you have to draw into Wild Hitter, compared to just having the starter always go into soul. So I feel like I might have to drop Olivia for this build. This build, I feel like I'm gonna have to run the 3 Panthers. I mean, what else do they got? What does this guy do? When this unit's attack hits... Oh, this is the silver clone. Or the painter from Great Nature. I mean, yeah, okay, we can try this out. We don't have access to the Olivia Retire, but that's okay. Alright, for those wondering, this is what the deck looks like now after making those changes. So I dropped a Phantom, I dropped Dan completely, and I dropped Olivia for Panther. And we swapped the starter. And what's the name of this guy? Reign of Terror, Thermidor. Still have Skydiver at 1. Yeah, you can send me the deck list. Or just, like, what's the... If you... Did you post it? Oh. I mean, how do I... Oh, yeah. Let me... I'll create it real quick. You don't run beans at all? Really? Deck code. Deck recognized, insufficient cards detected, 2 or more cards required. What? There's an SP card that has not been obtained yet. It will be switched to a normal card. I don't know what that SP was. Oh, okay, so you're running Skydiver, though. So you've got Skydiver, so you have ways of building up soul by using Skydiver. This is more like a mix of the old, like, set 1 spikes with the limit break. Because you're not running beans, so you're not running any of the Dudley cards. In fact, you don't even have Dudley Dan here at all. So you stuck with the good old Assault Squad, which I think that card's really, really good. Grand Blue, if Grand Blue had access to this card, they would be so much better. Okay, so you still run Juggernaut as the heal because you don't have beans. I don't know, because I feel like Jelly Beans being a heal trigger, being able to go back into the deck and fetch you a grade 1 or grade 2, to me just seems like that's just way too good. Like that, to me, Game Studio needs to make the game prevent those cards, like Jelly Beans and Ganslot and El Rose, those cards should not be allowed to be heal triggers. They need to patch the game and ban those cards. I mean, not ban those cards, but prevent those cards from being heal triggers. Any grade 3 that you can reveal and send back into the deck to search another card should never be allowed to be a heal trigger. I think that's just way too good. Way too good. I mean, I think that's a little bit of an oversight on their part when they made this game, like, with that rule. No, not trigger restriction. I'm saying, like when you go here, if you have jelly beans, like, for example here, just throw jelly beans in as an example. Like, just drop one of these real quick. So, if you go here, like, with these 4 cards right here, so Skydiver, Maximum, Siegfried, and the Emperor, these guys can all, they have access to all the different trigger types. Like, all 4 of these icons would be okay to click on. But when you get to this card, the green heal should be grayed out. It should be grayed out. You shouldn't be allowed to click on it. It should be either grayed out so you can't select it, or it shouldn't even appear. It should just be, like, not even there. It just shows these 3. I think if they do that, I think MLB won't be nearly as broken as it currently is. I honestly think that the only reason why MLB is as strong as it is 2 reasons. The first reason, Wingull Brave is a Counterblast 1 that can search anything with Blaster, and he can boost and not have to hit the opponent's Vanguard. That is dumb. He should be forced to hit the opponent's Vanguard to get the effect. Saishin has to hit the Vanguard to do his thing. Most of those on-hit do something skills are Vanguard only. So the fact that Wingull Brave can boost a Blaster and swing into an Interceptor and still get the search, in my opinion, is a problem. And they can do one of 2 things. Either keep him Counterblast 1, but he must hit Vanguard, or make him Counterblast 2, and I guess that'll kind of kill him off. And then number 2 is Ganslot. Ganslot is probably more of a problem than Wingull Brave. Because honestly, if you open up with 2 Ganslots in your opening hand, and you're up against a guy who has Tejas or Saishin, you don't really care. And let's assume you already have MLB. So you got MLB and 2 Ganslots in your opening hand. At that point, the only thing you're missing is Blaster Dark, and you can get him from the Trumpeter, or you can just draw into him. You know, it's like it's not that big of a deal. So it's like, if they kill Wingull Brave, you don't really care. So the bottom line is Ganslot is just way too good as a heal trigger. Now, I felt they should have made Ganslot not be a heal trigger when you use MLB. No. I just think in general, Ganslot and Jelly Beans and even Edel Rose should not be allowed to be heal triggers. Any grade 3 that you can reveal and put back into the deck should not be a heal trigger. That basically stomps on top of Angel Feather's special ability of healing. Because think about it, it's essentially like the decks that have access to this type of card, they can better control the frequency intervals of when they heal. They can influence when they heal, because they can hold their Ganslot until later in the game, so they don't whiff heal, so that the Wingull Brave won't, like, fail on them. Because Ganslot, like, screws them over by healing away the Counterblast Wingull Brave. You know, that kind of stuff. And they can put the heal back, like, mid-game, so they can better their chances of checking it when they need it, when they know it's going to go off. So I think that is a huge oversight by the developers that I think is going to be a problem in terms of game balance for a long time. What if they make it so they are binded instead of going back to the deck? Yeah, that would work. That would work. Basically, they shouldn't be allowed to go back in the deck. That's the bottom line. So yeah, if they do it that way, then yeah, they won't have to do anything. They won't have to restrict trigger assignments. And honestly, I think that from a development point of view, I think that's, well, it shouldn't be too hard to set the game engine to say, like, if card equals Jelly Beans, then you disable, like, the heal set, you know? Like, I mean, it's not that hard. They could do the same. They make it like it's like a semi-internal ban list for heal triggers. Like, if card equals Ganslot, you cannot make it heal. If card equals Edel Rose, you cannot make it. I mean, they just add to the list every time. Or they could just do what you're saying, like change the mechanic where that you reveal it and then it goes into the bind zone instead of back into the deck. Now, I think that would be good. That's fine if they do it that way. But if they do that, then I think you won't really see anybody playing Edel Rose anymore. And Jelly Beans also. Well, I mean, think about it. It's still good because if you draw into it, you're essentially turning it into a booster or an interceptor rather than some generic grade 3 attacker, right? Something that's dead in the hand. So I still think if they do that, that would be good. That's actually a really good idea. But these are the sort of things that people need to like mention in the surveys. So every time they do surveys, like there's one ongoing survey right now. If you haven't already done the survey, I encourage everybody watching this stream, go in and give them that kind of feedback, because that's the sort of thing that can help make the game better. Because if they don't implement these kind of changes, I think at some point people are just going to become way too salty, losing to MLB for those kind of dumb things where it's like they get cheated out of their win because Ganslot 6 damage healed on them, because they're able to keep cycling him back in and stuff like that. But yeah, these are the sort of comments that need to be put in the survey. Like, how to improve the game in terms of a balanced point of view. Like, in my opinion, grade 3s that can be sent back in the deck should not be allowed to be set as heal triggers. I mean, they'll still be good because then people could just set them to like critical trigger, right? And they'll probably only run like 2 of them or something. Or I don't know, something like that. But yeah, so in this build, we're not running this, we're running that. Why would he get killed off in Link Joker? The only way he gets killed off in Link Joker is if they actually make the nerf to Wingull Brave. Think about it like this. Why would you kill off MLB? Why would you not break ride MLB on top of Ashley? Why would you not do that? Like, think about it. You break ride MLB on the break ride, assuming you rode Ashley as the first Vanguard. You break ride MLB, he gains 10,000 in a crit, then you do his fusion dance, then he powers up to what, 30, he becomes 32,000 with 3 critical? Oh, new PG mechanics. Does that really kill him though? Oh yeah, well, okay. I gotta think about it. I don't think it actually kills him though. It does hurt the strength of the deck. It doesn't kill the deck because it just means that the PG, like when you're at 3 damage. Well, okay, if he break rides MLB, he's swinging in with 3 crit. So if you're at 3 damage, you're still gonna use the PG. So I don't know if that actually kills him completely. The only way that they'll kill the deck is by making Wingull Brave Counterblast 2 and has to hit the Vanguard. Otherwise, I still think we're going to see play. I still think we're going to see that deck. The deck is still way too good. Just Ganslot as a heal is searching a grade 2 that blows up interceptors. I think is just a little bit way too good. It's still, I mean, if you guys think he's gonna go away in Break Ride format, I don't think so. There's still gonna be ways to play the deck. Like we said in a previous stream, MLB is like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck in Vanguard. It doesn't even feel like a proper Vanguard deck. Ganslot is Elemental Hero Stratos. I mean, there's too much like, I play this card, I search this card, get this to my hand, do this, attack you, okay, activate this thing, search this other specific card to my hand. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just there's too many like tutoring things to the hand. There's floaters like Wingull Brave and Ganslot. Yeah, no. No. That's not gonna kill the deck at all. It's still gonna be around. They have to implement some kind of changes to the card effects. there was a really good comment on what was the name of the guy? Living Proof. Living Proof did a really good video talking about how they could balance MLB, and he said something that never occurred to me. He said that one of the things that they can do is make the critical only happen when MLB does the fusion dance. So only on the turn where he absorbs the 2 blasters does he gain the 10k and the crit. After that, he just becomes a 12k base power Vanguard. So he's semi-cross-ridden, but he doesn't have the critical anymore. So he's only just 12k with no crit. That would actually kill the... It won't kill the deck, but it will balance the deck way within reason. Like, if they do that, then... If they were to make MLB not have the permanent crit, but he would keep the 12k, because that'll be the purpose of the fusion, then they don't need to do anything to Wingull Brave. They can leave him as is, and then the deck is not super broken. Because the only way for him to regain the crit is to do the fusion a second time. But I think that could be a way to fix it. Exactly. Make him like Shadow Paladin. Make him like Phantom Blaster Overlord. Yeah. Living Proof said that, and in my video, and that was actually, I never thought about that, because like from my point of view, every time I think of that deck, I don't think of MLB. I don't think of Blaster Blade. I don't even think of Wingull Brave. I think of Gancelot. Gancelot is the card that is the problem in my mind. A heal trigger that can go back in the deck and search you an Interceptor that can also retire an Interceptor. That is also a piece of the MLB combo. That's just that's the enabler. Gancelot is the enabler that makes that deck broken. We talked about this in another stream when we're talking about like Yu-Gi-Oh decks. How Yu-Gi-Oh decks, usually, it's not the big boss monster that's the problem. It's usually some supporting card that in the background, that like some lower level monster that you summon to the field and it does something to search your key pieces to make your deck become broken. That's usually the problem card that usually gets hit to 1 or forbidden completely on the ban list. You know, and Gancelot is that card. In my mind, Gancelot's that card. Now, a lot of people say Wingull Brave. I don't think it's Wingull Brave. I think it's Gancelot. Because Wingull Brave only searches like one thing. Gancelot can continuously send himself back, assuming you have Blaster Blade still in the deck. And yeah, it's just too much, way too much advantage. Yes, exactly. It takes away the factor of the heal. And that way they don't have to restrict what you can assign as your heal trigger. So I think that's probably a better solution. Binding, like Gancelot has to bind to search Blaster Blade rather than go back in the deck. I think that's a better solution. Because if you think about it, in original Vanguard, Gancelot did the same thing. But grade 3s aren't triggers in the physical card game, so it was never a problem. In Zero, it's a problem because you can assign it as a heal trigger. It makes the deck go over the top in terms of the consistency factor. There's just been too many scenarios where I've seen Gancelot, like, I'm speaking from my own experience playing as MLB, like climbing Legend with MLB as the deck that I've chosen. And it's like, I'll use Gancelot, do the fusion, and then on my Twin Drive, I check Gancelot and I heal. Like, that has happened so many times, like clockwork, right on schedule, here comes the heal, here we go. And then I've also won mirror match games because I 6 damage heal on the opponent with my Gancelot. It's ridiculous. That's the deck that I've 6 damage healed with the most. And I don't think it's a coincidence. Alright, so this is this deck is interesting. But I want to focus. I'm gonna focus on the Dudley Emperor with Wild Hitter. You're gonna try Wild Hitter with Deadly Emperor, and we're gonna try this starter as well. So I'll play a couple more games here, but then I think, let me see, what time is it? I think I'm gonna have to end the stream in the next like 20 minutes or so. We'll get a couple more games in here with spikes. Yeah. Yeah, Gansaw's definitely the true problem. It's the enabler. But have you guys seen the data mine for the Gold Paladin Gansalot? Let me see. I kind of want to throw this back. Because when you see what they have for the Gold Paladin break ride, I don't know if it's true or not, but yeah. I was waiting for somebody to say that before I actually said it. Yeah, the new Gold Paladin, the Liberator Gansalot, got buffed, enormously buffed. It's like, it's not even funny. It's not even, I mean, I don't even know why I'm laughing. Alright, what am I gonna do here? I guess we're just gonna attack. Okay, this guy gives the thing he boosts his 3k power. So I can think of him as like an 8k booster. I know. And no, here's the other thing too. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that he searches Blaster Blade. I was when I read the Liberator Blaster Blade's effect. That's when I started thinking, are they stupid? Do they not know how to balance cards? Man, that doesn't even matter. That doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter that he's a triple R. They buffed Liberator Blaster Blade. They need to fix Liberator Blaster Blade's effect, because that's not, if you read his effect isn't even what the Liberator's effect is. Liberator Blaster Blade's effect was when this card is placed on rearguard circle, counterblast 2, retire one of your opponent's front row rearguards. That's what the original effect was. Alright, let's call Devil Summoner. Oh, okay. Because this thing will become 8 and 6. So that's 14. That can go like second, I guess. Actually, let me put this here. And oh, I messed up. I should have put Wild Hitter. Oh, that's okay. I need to put Wild Hitter behind the Vanguard. So what I'll do is I'll put Daisy over here. Let's try this guy's effect. Give her power so she gives. So I send my Sentinel back into my deck. That's hilarious how. See how the Spike Brothers are just heating over the defense? The TCG now they're gonna be. Yeah, I know. What are they doing? Like, what is up with like Aichi always getting the most meta-defining deck in this gacha game? Why would they change Blaster Blade Liberator's effect? Like, there was no reason to change his effect. Just keep it, blow up an Interceptor. Why do they have to give him the ability to retire a booster as well? That's so stupid. Liberator should not be allowed to retire boosters. That doesn't make any. That's not fair. To me, that doesn't even make sense. Gold Paladins should not have the ability to retire the opponent's back row. That is so not Gold Paladin. And we have the Jelly Beans. Alright, whatever, we're just gonna go this. Get another Phantom. Alright, so now Wild Hitter goes here. Daisy can still attack. This thing can give Baraki power if needed. Oh, I can even use Wild Hitter's skill. Yeah, I can use Wild Hitter's skill. Check this out. Snipe stars, but it's still kind of less too. Yeah, but think about it. Gold Paladins are not supposed to have that kind of retire power. I mean, that's infringing on the Dragon Empire's specialty and Shadow Paladin's specialty. I mean, I guess you can try to argue, well, I mean, Gold Paladins are kind of like Shadow Paladin and Royal Paladin fused, and Shadow Paladin can retire rear guards, but no, because first of all, it's Aichi that pilots the deck, and Aichi doesn't retire the opponent's back row. That's just not what he does. So that just doesn't sit well with me at all. The fact that the Liberators can retire boosters. Yeah, Blasters retiring like front. Not as a rear guard, though. Calling a blaster to blow up a booster? Like a Royal Paladin or a Gold Paladin blaster? Alfred Liberator is the same. Alfred Liberator is not the same as the one in the real card game. It's not the same at all. They buffed him through the roof because of the new search. The guaranteed search, too. It isn't even a Gold Paladin style search. It's a guaranteed search. That's a Royal Paladin effect. Imagine Blaster Dark Revenger having... Yeah, he probably will. It's gonna be dumb, because they're supposed to have the same effect. Eradicator Descendant is what I'm excited. Restand plus crit day. That's very good. Yeah, but it's no different from Spectral Duke, though, when you think about it. Well, okay, you're right. He's guaranteed crit, whereas Spectral Duke is situational. Is this a VP farmer, or did they actually... I wasn't paying attention. Did he superior ride, or did he manually ride that? How did they buff who? Ganslot? He searches Blaster Blade Liberator. In addition to his other skill. His original skill. Alright, so I guess, well, don't really need that booster there. This starter is okay, but I like the other one being able to go in the soul. Because the soul, I mean, and superior calling, like, Douglas out could have built a pretty strong column. So she's already gotten 1,000 VP off of me, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and call this here. Yeah, Descendant and Vowing Sword. See, that's the reason why, because, like I was telling you guys a few months ago, when this game was really new, back when I think, before MLB existed, when everybody was just blind recommending 9 draw, run 9 draw, run 9 draw, don't run crits, don't run stands, only run 9 draw, 9 draw is good, 9 draw is the best build, 9 draw is all you need. When people were just blindly recommending that, they weren't thinking about how the game is going to change in the future with cards gaining inherent criticals and stuff. Or gaining restand effects. That's the reason why over time what's going to happen is critical cards that gain critical, like Descendant. Well, we already know this because of how MLB has disrupted the game. But where am I going with this? Basically, what's happening is, hold up, let me think. So this is only 18. That would be 17. I mean, neither one of them are guaranteed on a trigger, but I mean, I guess I could do something with this.
ダメージチェック
Fake Tsukuyomi farmers.
ヴァンガードにアタックダメージチェック
Oh, I got pretty lucky there. She didn't get any triggers.
ヴァンガードにアタックダメージ
Now I lost my chain of thought. Basically, what I was saying was, oh, because the way they're introducing the those new PGs for Break Ride season, where you can control when they activate.
その微笑みで世界に
That is because critical triggers, because of power creep, critical effects are becoming more and more dominant in terms of defining the way this game's meta works. We've already seen this because of MLB. Perfect Riser was kind of like a sneak peek at that kind of stuff. And now, what you're going to see, well, at least from me, next month, if you watch this channel, you're going to see some insane 9-crit Shadow Duke play. Because I'm going to be running 9-crit Shadow Duke, because that's the best way to run that deck.
ダメージチェック
Because a restanding Vanguard that doesn't need to hit to restand basically runs critical triggers. That's all there is to it. Because he swings in, and you run 9 crits, so he has a good chance of checking a crit. So you check a crit. All effects on Spectral Duke Dragon. They PG because they're at 4 damage or 3 damage. Then, you know what Spectral Duke says to that with his Limit Break? You PG me? I don't care. I'm going to stand up anyway, and I'm going to swing again. Oh, and wait, now I have my crit. Now I got to swing, and then he checks like another crit. Now he deals 3 damage. So they better have another PG. Oh, you got the job. Nice. Congratulations. What are you going to be doing?
バイクブラザーズの連携攻撃に耐えられるかなみんな
What is this? Clan level up. XP farmer. Now, is this a VP farmer or is this... See, I don't even know. Every time we come across an Aichi, he always says some random... Okay, so he's got the sleeves. Alright, send these... I could search that. I guess I'll keep these.
Stand up! Vanguard!
Keeping him at 3 is a good choice. I mean... I guess... sort of. I guess. I mean, it yes and no. I mean... Yeah, it can be good. It can be good to keep your opponent at 3 damage. Not just because if they're running Limit Break, but because you can also, like, if they've already used up some Counterblast, and the best example I can give you is against Dragonic Overlord. Because when you play against Kagero, the most annoying card is actually the regular Dragonic Overlord on the rearguard circle standing up for Counterblast 3. So if you deny them the extra 2 Counterblasts, so they can't do that restand stuff with their, you know, what's his name? Then in that scenario, okay, hold up, let me think this through. In that scenario, he can't do his play. Alright, so we need to try to use one of these, I guess, to get a... What do I want here? I have one Douglas. I guess I'll get my other... No. Wait, do I have a Phantom? I need a Phantom. I'm gonna get a Phantom. Alright, so we're gonna just swing at him, I guess, and then... I mean, I could damage deny him 1 turn. I mean, I would prefer... Alright, whatever. We'll damage deny him 1 turn. We can afford to do it. I don't have a proper grade 3. I don't want to ride Jelly Beans. Let's see. What I imagine Kagero will be when Dallas comes out. OG Overlord is the heal. The end is the draw.
ブラスターブレード
Dauntless is a draw, and the last card is any card.
アタック
Yeah, exactly. The real threat is the regular Overlord.
ドロートリガー
Sometimes the opponent will never even get that effect off. What was that card? That was the grade 2? Yeah. Alright, now I guess we're gonna kill the Marin. Gonna run over the Marin with the Panther.
スタンドアンドドロー
So we're gonna ride Douglas.
ライ
And we're gonna call the Panther. Because the Panther is harder to run over. And in fact, I could try to push 2 damage this turn. Although, then I give him the chance of using Blaster Blade on me, so I might not do that. We might just wait. I'll give him 1 damage.
アタック
I'm gonna give him 1 damage because I don't want him... Like, if he already has the MLB pieces,
ドライブジェット
I want... And I kind of need a better grade 3. I don't really want to ride Jelly Beans.
ダメージチェック
Let's see. Okay. He's gonna have 5 cards. So, this way...
スタンドアンドドロー
This way... If he wants to do MLB this turn, he can't just
影は一つとなり
nuke my Panther. He has to commit like 2 cards.
ライドマジェスティ
Okay, good. I got rid of his only booster. That's what that tells me. Or he's completely missing a piece. See, look. This... Okay, there's 1 PG. We gotta remember that. This is what's dumb. Look at this. He's gonna search even though he killed my Interceptor. That, to me, is a broken skill. That should be Vanguard. That has to hit a Vanguard. Please tell me when they patched that in Japan, they made it Counterblast 2 and it has to hit Vanguard only. Because that is just dumb. That is dumb right there. He searched Blaster Dark. So that's what he was missing. Alright. See, the dumb thing here is we gotta ride Jelly Beans.
ライド
Now, I gotta figure out what I can do here. Devil Summoner.
こいスキル発動
Good. Put this... here.
スペリオ
Because I'm gonna use Phantom on the other column. And I got Reckless over there too. So what I'll do is we'll use... I guess we'll use Baraki and the Phantom.
ヴァンガードにアタックダメージチェック
Yeah. Hold up, so that's 15. I can make him go to 20 though.
ヴァンガードにアタックファーストチェックセカンドチェック
I mean, I guess I could have swung Vanguard first, but oh well. I want to try to push him to 4. Ooh, that's the second PG. One is at the bottom of the deck, that's 2. We gotta count him up.
ヴァンガードにアタック
Stay on the field. I'm gonna need you to
ダメージ
use up some of his counterblast.
ドロートリガー
So he hasn't been checking a lot of draws or triggers in general. So that tells me that either he has a bunch of grade 3s in his hand,
スタンドアンドドロー
like Ganslots and Palamedes, and he's just waiting for the opportunity to use those Ganslots right now. Let's see those Ganslots. Bring him out. He's out 2 PGs right now. He's got 1 at the bottom of the deck. Although his deck is going to get shuffled around because of Ganslot.
スキル発動
So there we go. Told you. I knew he had it. I knew he had it. The nice thing about spikes, though, is you're able to push heavy damage. And the good thing about this is I haven't had to use up my boosters yet. Okay, if he leaves his front line wide open, then... Man, I wish I had Deadly Emperor. Okay, he's gonna... What is he gonna do with this? He's gonna, like, form 2 mirrors? He's gonna have, like, 2 Blaster Blades behind... No, he's gonna... No, he's gonna have a...
来て
Blaster Blade in 1... I'm not sure why he called that Marin down. I don't think that Marin was even necessary
ゴ
yet.
ール
Okay, he's gonna nuke... But why?
スキル発動
Okay, I think he messed up. The Marin should be behind the Blaster Dart? I don't think that's the right setup. I think he misplayed. That Marin should be behind the Blaster Dart. Now he... essentially wasted his counter blast. Yeah, that was a bad misplay. Hopefully that causes him the game for that. But here's the thing, watch, like clockwork, there's a high probability that Gansel will show up here and heal him back down. See what I mean? See what I mean? On cue. Gansel's on cue. Ooh, well, that could be the other PG we saw, but that means potentially he could only have like maybe 1 in his hand, maybe 2 in his hand, but the probability is kind of low. Although he didn't call anything behind that Blaster Dog after he misplayed, so there's a good chance that he has 2 PGs in his hand. Alright, we need to try to push some heavy damage here. This column can form 24,000. At the end of the battle, that the drive check of a Vanguard, this unit. Oh, he has to boost the Vanguard, so I misplayed with Wild here. I should not have put Daisy behind the Vanguard. That's okay. Ooh, there's another one. So that's 2 out, and we saw 1 earlier. So he might not even have a PG in his hand. Come on, don't have a Gancelot. Let's see. He has a grade 3 in his hand because it waited for a long time for him to do, to tell him what to do. It was sitting there for a while on ride phase. So that tells me that he might have a Gancelot. Let's see. He's calling out a 3. That means we got 2 guaranteed attacks to his Vanguard. So we might pull through and win next turn. Unless he heals again. Still has like 3 potential heals. I bet yeah, he's got 3 heals because that card in his hand must be a PG. This MLB was the other card that was in his hand that it was sat on the ride phase. Yeah, I'm just more worried about Gancelot showing up right now. See that's why this is a problem, guys. This is the real problem card. This right here should not be allowed to be a heal that can go back. It either needs to be bound or it should not be allowed to be assigned as a heal. Because now I need... Okay, that draw can help. Oh, that's a big help. Okay, we can do this now, unless he checks like a defensive. Alright, this is it. This is the moment of truth. The Dudley Emperor's here. Now I gotta figure out how not to screw this up. So, Reckless. I got 3 Soul Blasts ready. Reckless can run over that Blaster Blade. Wild Hitter swings in. Yeah. Let's do it. Alright. Next. Oh, I need to check that. It's okay. Because doesn't this become... Oh, that won't be enough. It'll be 14. Alright. Alright, I want Douglas. Douglas, and where's my Daisy? Oh, I don't have Daisy. So I have to do, what is that, 14 plus 10? 24. Okay. Okay, that's 24. I need to see one trigger. Oh, we didn't get it. Come on, don't heal. He drew the PG? He drew the PG off of the draw, off of the defensive draw. Wow. Wow. But see, this is why, like I told you guys, Gansot's the problem. Now, he kept healing him down consistently like that. We need to, now I have to 6 damage heal. Now I need to double heal. Oh man, if only I could have checked a defensive right there. This loss wasn't even deserved. His win, that guy's win wasn't even deserved right there. He drew his PG off of that draw. Alright, is that it for the night? Okay, that's gonna be it for tonight. That would have been amazing if I actually won that. Should have won that. That was basically a win for me, actually. Because I did nothing wrong. But that's a really good example of how that deck's consistency is too broken. The only misplay that I did was it wasn't even a misplay in the late game. It was a misplay in the early game when I set up the columns. I should not have put Daisy behind the Vanguard, because with this build, Wild Hitter is your Vanguard booster. But that's because of not practicing enough with the deck. I've never actually used Wild Hitter before until now. So I forget that he has to be behind the Vanguard. He's basically the new Dan. But anyway, that's going to be it for this stream. I just need to do my character fights. Let me see if I can get any packs for Spike Brothers. But I think we're done with the event. Yeah, it almost makes me wonder if there's a bug in their shuffle algorithm, where when they send a card back into the deck, the shuffle doesn't actually set correctly. Because there's been way too many games where Kansas effect goes off, and then he's the first drive check. Where you didn't hear me mention this earlier at the beginning, toward the beginning of the stream, I mentioned I played one game where I was playing as Grand Blue and my opponent was MLB. I crit him and he double 6 damage heals, 2 Gansos in a row. He double 6 damage heals. Then on his turn, when he attacks me, he double heals again. He checks both of his heals. His third and fourth heal in a row. I've seen that happen. That happened actually today off stream. But when we were talking about huge oversight in game mechanics, I think that's definitely one of them. I think there's something wrong with just the... I don't think it just applies to MLB. I think I've seen it happen with Edel Rose. I've seen it happen, not with Jelly Beans because I haven't really played the deck enough to check for that pattern. But I have seen that happen a lot with those cards that have that effect. Alright, I think what I'm going to do, this is going to be it, but I'm going to change the deck back to, I mean, that starter was okay. But I kind of like the other one. I kind of like the one that goes in the soul. Because it allows me to play Olivia. I'll keep Wild Hitter, though. I'll keep this guy. I like that he's a 7k. But I mean... I just like this being going in the soul. And then... what else do I want to change? I think I want to put Olivia back in. Panther's actually pretty good, though, as a defensive body. But I want to try to check for more scenarios where Olivia is good. Alright. I may try him again. I feel like he'll be really good during the break ride with Bat and Dragger. Because of the way that break ride effect works. But I like having the potential to retire the opponent's rear guards. I want to playtest the deck a little bit more with Olivia just to see situations where that card comes in really handy. But alright guys, that's going to be it for this stream. We'll be back. I guess the next time I'll be streaming will be when the next set will be out, I think. Because, I mean, how many days do we have left? We got like 5 days left. And I think I announced earlier, this is the last season that I'll try to actually get a playset of the rank reward card. Because they need to change. Whoa, they need to change some of the. The game needs some balancing. Like the game has become too stale, to the point where it's becoming kind of boring to play, to climb the ladder. To be honest, I wish they would create some more other modes of play. Like there needs to be some kind of like friend fights. Need to have more achievements. Basically, there needs to be other ways to obtain the rank reward rather than just climbing legend the whole time. Because this is just like the one game mode that where you spend 90% of your time playing this game is spent in the ranked fights. And it just gets really, really boring because the meta is super boring right now. So hopefully they implement those changes next month for MLB, at least for MLB. But yeah, like I encourage anyone who hasn't already done so, fill out the survey. They're conducting a survey right now. Let me go back to the info page. Be sure to fill that out. I think it's up until, well, they just announced. Okay, so this is a sign that the end of the season's coming when they do the double drop stuff. So, but basically there's a survey that everybody should fill this out. You have until the end of the month, so basically the end of the season. I encourage everybody to fill it out. Put the feedback when it comes to balancing cards. Mention Gancelot or heal triggers going back in the deck is a problem, because it rewards decks and penalizes other decks. Because think about it. If you have a heal trigger that can go back in the deck, you don't need to mulligan that card. You can just hold onto that card in your opening hand. That can guarantee you a grade 2 and a heal going back in. And on top of that, so it fixes ride consistency. The other thing too is your opponent doesn't have that same benefit because they're running like a standard heal trigger that can't go back in the deck. So if they have that in their opening hand, they obviously can try to mulligan it away. And if they have and they draw into one again, I mean, you know, it doesn't really help them. So yeah, the game does need some balances. It's nowhere near as balanced as it could be. And I would like the developers to be more active in terms of applying I don't want to say banning cards. I think is not necessary, but at least like balancing the game, like whether it's like we talked about like the Gancelot effect, binding it from the hand, as opposed to going back in the deck, or you know, there's other ways, like, oh, you can't assign cards that can go back in the deck as heal triggers, or stuff like that. Because I think over time, it's just going to cause player burnout, and people are just going to lose interest in the game, and they might just start gravitating to other games, whether it's other card games, gacha games, or just other things in general. because to me, it's making the game kind of stale, and I don't really enjoy playing the game as much as I did like 2 months ago. So they definitely need to do some kind of card adjustments. Also, because they killed off VP farmers, climbing legend is so much more time consuming than in all the previous seasons before. It's longer. It requires more hours to reach legend 30 than it required to hit legend 60 in the past. That's outright ridiculous, because when you think about it, VP farmers kind of benefited everybody involved, to be honest, because let's go to the season rewards. Look at this. It used to be, if you put in the time to grind to legend 50, you could guarantee yourself a playset of the rank reward card. And on top of that, you would get so many gems along the way. Now that VP farmers are gone, you end up getting less gems. Unless you literally play this game and you have nothing else going on in your life and all you do is play this game, then it's like nothing changed. But for 95 or 97% of the player base, of the people that actually play this game, whether it's casually or even competitively, it's not that easy to gain gems anymore because there's no more VP farmers to farm off of. It's funny. It's like, think of it like an ecosystem in nature, where the VP farmers are kind of like the plants, and then the players who fight the VP farmers are like the animals that eat the plants, and then you have like the people that are up here at the top or whatever, all these like combined accounts, like 5 guys playing off of one account or something. These are like the apex. They're the people that are like on the server 24/7 climbing the rank or climbing the ladder, and those are like the lions and stuff, or whatever you want to call them, right? Now with VP farmers gone, you've essentially killed off all the plants. So now the herbivores have to like feed off of each other, and it's completely messed up. And now it hurts everybody involved, because now you don't get as many gems. Like in previous seasons, like just to look at my packs that I've saved up. Oh man, I wish I had like 2,000 spike coins so I could get that last pack, because I got 2 packs off of the event for the trade-in for the spike coins. But it's like now, you for the same amount of time or even more time invested in climbing the rank ladder, you get less gems. It requires you to put in so much more effort just to get similar, and still not as many gems as you would get in the previous seasons before they killed the VP farmers. So, I don't know. It's like you end up with getting less packs because you get less gems overall. You're ending up with less gems because you're not climbing as far as you used to. Because I used to consistently climb to like legend 60, legend 50, 60, somewhere around there. And now, like, I only climb until I stay in top 1,000. I try to hit legend 30 so I can get 3 cards, and then try to finish in top 1,000 so I can get the 4th as an SP. And that's basically my game plan. But I'm basically throwing that in the trash, and this will be the last season that I actually try to finish in top 1,000, because at this point the game's gotten so stale and kind of annoying to climb. It's just way too time consuming to climb legend now, and there's just too many other games that I want to spend time on. Like I haven't been able to play like Monster Hunter World. I haven't been able to play Final Fantasy 14. I mean, this is the only game that I'm able to play now, because I don't have time to play this 24/7. So, I mean, the people that are like up here at like rank whatever, I'm assuming that they either are a team of like 4 or 5 people all sharing the same account, or it's just some guy who doesn't have a job and doesn't have anything better to do. And yeah, I mean, that's not trying to be judgmental, but you know, It's like, is this really worth it, I guess? I mean, to do it once, I guess if you place first one time in your career playing Vanguard 0, then I guess it's worth it. But for the vast majority of people, they don't even care. Like, don't even look at this. Like, they look at 99 so they can kind of see where is the top one, where is the bottom 1,000 to place. This problem is not solved because of losing VP farmers, but giving point system needs to fix. Yeah, Vanguard for life. But this is my last time I'm gonna try to place in top 1,000. I'll try to get Legend 30 for my 3rd Riviere, and then I'll try to stay in top 1,000. But that is gonna be a grind, and you can expect me to be playing MLB at some point. I'm gonna be playing as MLB just to close it out. Just because, I mean, if you can't beat him, join him. And I mean, I don't have a problem doing that because it's like it's gotten to that point where the MLB mirror is what it is. I mean, I could try Kagero and Shadows, but Shadows is so hit and miss sometimes. Top decking their heals, heal after heal, and then PG get top decked on the field, and then it screws itself over. And then Kagero's is way too slow, way too slow. I'm already I'm ranting about how much time it takes to climb ladder. I don't want to be playing Kagero to climb ladder. That's just way too slow. I mean, I'll be mixing it up with Spikes, Narukami, and MLB. Those are the 3 that I'm going to be using to climb from Legend 22 to 30. And then once I'm in 30, at that point, it depends on like where I'm at. If I'm like at rank 700 like this, I'm just going to stop at 30, and that's going to be it. Like, I don't climb past that. And the thing is, you miss out on gems because you're not climbing anymore. But it's just too time consuming and too annoying to deal with MLB all the time. Next season will be head to climb since it's Vermilion as a reward. Yeah, honestly, I don't care. I could care less because I already have 4 Vermilion. Shadows needs to high roll to beat MLB. Yeah, sort of. I mean, I played a ton of Shadows the first month in June, and I didn't have any problem. I climb for gems, that is all. I mean, I stop at rank 20. Yeah, I strongly considered stopping at rank 20. I did not play this game for the last, like, 4 days. I hit Legend 20, like, last Tuesday or Wednesday or something, and then I didn't play for, like, several days. I mean, I logged in and I did my dailies, but I didn't, like, actively try to rank up. I would, like, play my one ranked game for the one ticket, and that was it. Each day, and I did like the Spike Brother event, and that was it. Because it's just too stale. I mean, and the thing is, because there's no VP farmers, you don't climb as far, so you get less gems, and you get less packs. Because by now, I would have had like 100 packs saved up by now. Maybe more, maybe like 110, somewhere around there. But the fact that I only have like 66, and we're already 4 days without the end of the season, that's pretty bad. But I'll try to hit 2 million VP. At the very least, I'll try to hit 2 million VP. So I'm guaranteed like another 10 more packs. Yeah, 20. Yeah, I said this in the last stream. Climbing past 20 to 30, 20 and beyond is exponentially harder than any of the previous brackets. Like 0 to 10, that's pretty easy, especially if you wait a couple days, because if people get out there in front of you, then when you beat them, you gain like a whole bunch of more points. You gain like 30 plus whatever. So 0 to 10 is pretty much guaranteed. I can do that every season. And also, I guess Legend 20 is also doable. It depends on how much time you want to invest playing the game, though. But then, you know, like Legend 20 and beyond is really a problem. So, yeah. And then the thing is, most of the streamers, the more popular streamers, don't even really climb past Legend 20. Most of them just kind of like climb. Some of them don't even hit Legend 20. They just like play, they make their content, and then that's it. And it's like they might only hit like Legend 15 or something. So, because I mean, you know, not everybody has time to dedicate to the game 24/7. So, it's kind of sad because, like, people will criticize VP farmers a lot, but they did make it much more consistent in terms of guaranteeing a play set of the rank reward without too much trouble. But now it's like, yeah, no. Yeah. Alright, well, this will be the last time for me. Vermilion season, don't expect me to get past Legend 20. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try at all. And then the next one, Coral, maybe. Coral is a big maybe. I'll tell you what. If I finish top 1000 and I get Legend 30 for Riviere, then I'll make the commit to do the same thing for Coral. Assuming that she doesn't get skipped over for whatever reason. But if I don't, then forget it. It is what it is. Who cares? Well, yeah, I mean, they got rid of farming because farmers basically were free to play and they were able to build all the best decks because they farmed like 300 packs or some nonsense like that. Yeah, I understand why they got rid of it. But I think it kind of... It hurt the player base overall. I don't know if that's the real reason. I honestly don't think that's the reason. Streamers getting matched up with farmers is just to me that's a poor excuse. I don't think that's the reason at all. They got rid of it because it was probably it could potentially affect their revenue. Because most likely what's going to happen here is I'm probably going to have to spend money on gems to open packs for Pale Moon. And I haven't had to do that for last month, or for the Gold Paladin, for like Asia Circuit. Because I had enough packs saved up from the previous month, but it's like now, it's like, what do I have? I've got what? 60, like, assuming I get 76, round that up to 80. I'll have like 80, maybe somewhere between 80 and 90 packs going into next season. So, let's just call it 80. And then I have 20, I'll have like 3,000 gems. So what, 80 plus 30, you know, that's significantly less than my previous season where I opened like 170 packs. So yeah, I know. I think they kind of hurt free to play. They hurt free to play, and I think they just hurt the ecosystem overall. But and if they really do what we see with the Liberators, then I think there might be some people that might be quitting the game at some point here in a couple of months. Why do you hate it though? When you think about it, I think of it as a break. I think of it as taking a break, because like, let's say you just fought like two games legit, and then now you're up against a farmer. It's like, is that really so bad when you think about it? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like it was pretty easy to climb the game when there was VP farmers, when there were a lot of VP farmers, because like I would play 2 games at the same time. I would play this and I would play Final Fantasy 14. So what I would do is I would have like this game off to the side, and I'd be playing Final Fantasy 14, and if there's a VP farmer, then I just quickly attack them and beat them, and then I just go back to play this thing. And if I have to play a real player, then I just don't play Final Fantasy 14. I just like go AFK real quick, and then I play the match, and then that's it. And then I just go and I go back to the game after that. So it was super easy. Now it's like, no, if I want to climb, if I want to guarantee myself ranking up, like if I tell myself I'm going to go from Legend 20 to Legend 23 today, that means I have to dedicate like 3 hours. Because it's literally, it could potentially be like 1 hour per rank when you think about it. Because like think about how long games are. Assuming that you win the match and not lose the match, and then when you're back where you started because it's plus 20 minus 20, which I think is really, really stupid. Well, you never really went against VP farmers all the time. That's the thing. Well, whatever. I mean, no, honestly, for me, I have other plans too. Like, if the game gets way too stale, and it's not just the game getting stale, like I kind of want to stream other games on this channel rather than just Vanguard all the time. Like I kind of want to cover Final Fantasy 14 or Monster Hunter or some other game that's not Vanguard. Yeah, but see, if you become a card collector, then not being able to hit Legend 50 or at least finishing top 10 with Legend 30 minimum kind of puts a wrench in that plan, right? Because you kind of want a playset of the rank reward every season. I mean, that's what I wanted. I wanted a playset of the rank every season. But to me, it's not sustainable anymore. So for the long run, it's not sustainable anymore. So I'm giving up on even bothering to climb past 20. Like, I'm probably just going to end up where I just climb to 20 and then stop. But I'll try for this one. I'll try for this one. If I can do it this season, then I'll do it for the Coral season. But no other season after that. I don't care. Vermilion, I don't care. I already got 4. The rest of them, I don't care. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 is good, and it's coming back with the next season content patch. You always pull one, craft one, and rank reward 2 copies. Yeah. I'm the type of person that can't stand having different artwork in the same deck, though. Like, for me, I wouldn't like doing this. Like, I can't stand this. This. Like, having this and this in the same deck, I just don't like that. It has to be one or the other, not both in the same deck. That just doesn't... I just can't stand that. So, like, if I can't get a playset of this, I'm not even going to run it. I'm just going to run 4 of these. I mean, I have it as the collection. I mean, I have it, but it's like, whatever. It has to be... It's all... For me, it's all or nothing. You either have 4 of these, or you don't have 4 of these. Is that kind of thing. Of this artwork. You either have 4 or you don't. Hopefully what they do, though, is they make, like... What I really hope they do is, once the seasons are over, they should add the rank reward card to the tournament reward. Make it a tournament reward. So if you missed out on it because you didn't have the game when this card was a rank reward, or whatever, or you didn't, climb far enough to get enough of these or whatever, you can still get them through tournament. I think that would be nice. I would like them to do that. Man, these are sort of things that need to be put in the feedback for that survey, though. Alright, guys, but I'm going to have to go ahead and do a hard stop here on this stream. It was good. I went way over, but I think overall it was really good. This is the end of the Kyo event. Let me go ahead and... Oh, we can open up one... Wait, no. Well, let's see. Wait, hold on. 15? Dude, very easy. Just whatever. It's probably not even going to give me a pack, but whatever. Oh, got pretty good at 2 goals, but that's not enough. 60 is just not enough. 66, not enough. Alright, let's go ahead and spend these coins. Just short for that last pack. I wanted that last pack. So these items, I already got all of them from the last event. So I guess what I'll do is I'll get another stool. Bar stool. Get another one of those. You know what? Let's get a third one of those. So we have 3. And then we'll get another jukebox, because that's cool. And what's this thing over here? What is this? Steel rack. 300. I got 900 left. So I can get what? I don't need the bar counter because I already have that. Unless I want to get a second one. They carry over? These don't carry over. They go away. Do they really carry over? Hold on. They don't carry over. No, they don't carry over. They go away. Because my Goki currency and my Neo Nectar stuff is all gone. So they don't carry over. So there's no reason to save them. The crafting material you save. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spend them. Alright, let me get, I'll get a, let's see, I got 900. Did I get a steel rack? No, I didn't. Okay, I'll get a steel rack. And what else? I got 2 jukebox. I got 600 left. I'll get the guitar set. You know what? Hold on, do I have enough for a car? Oh no, I don't have enough for a car. It's okay, I already got one. I don't want 2 gas pumps. That's pointless. I'll get another guitar set, and I don't need those toolboxes. Well, I guess I will get. I guess I get another gas pump. Get a 3rd jukebox. Let's get a 3rd one of those. You can put like one on the left, one on the right, one in the middle, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna get a 4th jukebox. I'm gonna do like weird. I'm gonna do something where it's like 1 jukebox here, one in the front, one in the back. I'll do like that, and that'll be it. All right. How many view coupons? Oh, from the tournament. See, I haven't even spent these. I don't know. I don't really want any of the cards that are in there. Sentinel medals, whatever. V medals, whatever. All right. So that's it. So I have 70 crystals that carry over for next time he shows up. So almost enough to craft another triple R. I mean, most people are expected to reach rank 30 and not yet. Yeah, that's true. Exactly, and I recently got back into Monster Hunter because Monster Hunter World has a seasonal event going on right now. And I started playing Monster Hunter on the weekend. So the reason why you guys didn't see me stream this game like on Saturday was because I was playing Monster Hunter with a bunch of other people, and I was having a blast, and it had been refreshing because I hadn't played Monster Hunter since Iceborne initially came out back on the PC back in like January of this year. So I played a lot of Monster Hunter in February. Then Neo 2 came out, and I played Neo 2 on PS4. And then Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, and I started that game. But then Vanguard Zero came out, and I started playing Vanguard Zero before I could finish Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I currently still haven't finished Final Fantasy VII. I need to go back and finish that game. See, that's the thing. And Game Studio, because of the way they've changed the game, so it's not that easy to climb Legend anymore. And it's the best comment was From May Too Cute. No, I mean most people are expected to reach rank 30, and then the previous comment from Raphael. Yeah, the time versus reward just isn't worth it. 30 gems for like a full day of grind. I'd rather go play another game or something. Exactly. That comment is comment of the stream. That clearly defines the state of Vanguard Zero right now. Because, I mean, I hadn't played Monster Hunter in months. I had a blast. And, in fact, I was tempted to not even do the stream of tonight for this game because I was tempted to play Monster Hunter again instead. But I knew it's like, I need to show the Spike Weather event. This is the last day of the event. I know I have the deck 100% done, so I need to show it on stream. I need to gauge player feedback and viewer feedback and all that kind of stuff. And I also wanted to bring to attention the survey, because I think the only way to improve this game is by giving some really good constructive feedback to the developers so they can implement these kind of changes. So hopefully the game doesn't become stale, and hopefully people don't slowly quit, and then we get into a situation where it's just a bunch of meta decks climbing rank, and it's like no one wants to play anymore, and it's just too much of a grind, and you just feel like you just get more fun out of playing other games, and then you just quit Vanguard Zero and just play regular Vanguard next year when, you know, the pandemic is over and card shops are back to normal. Vanguard or life. True, Vanguard or life. I mean, that's just how it is. And honestly, I play every game casually for sanity. Me too. That's exactly how I feel. And the thing is, I used to play Vanguard Zero casually, but ever since they killed off VP Farmers, I can't do that anymore. I mean, it was a grind enough to get to Legend 50. Now, but it was doable. It was doable because you had so many VP Farmers that you could just rank up for free, and as long as you could dedicate like 2 hours a day, I mean, or you could like compress that into like 5 hours on like a you know, like a Saturday evening or something on stream or whatever, like how I was doing. I mean, you could get rank 30 casually for sure. Now you can't do that anymore. Now it's like you gotta play serious mode and you gotta like try super hard. You basically have to try hard the game so much to get anywhere past Legend 20. And at that point, it becomes a feedback loop of everybody playing the strongest meta deck, like MLB, and then that's all there is to it. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that if you're only going to Legend 20, 25 with the farmers, then that's really casual. That's pretty much casual play at that point. But I would say, like, even, like, okay, with farmers, you could pick any deck you wanted. It could be Grand Blue. It could be something that's bottom tier. It could be Blau. It could be some, you know, Bermuda deck. And you could still get Legend 50 with the Bermuda deck, because of all the VP farmers as filler to help carry you along. Now, that ain't so. That ain't so. Alright guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Thanks for watching. It was still really, really good. I needed to do this stream so I don't become discouraged and not want to quit the game. Am I going to quit? No, absolutely not. I'm looking forward to playing Pale Moon next month. I'm going to be trying to build Lucia. Unfortunately, I don't have the materials saved up. I've been trying to work on Asakal literally all month, and currently I have enough crystals, but not enough orbs, and definitely not enough pieces. I think the pieces are going to be the biggest problem for me to build that deck, but hopefully we get lucky on the gacha. That's the deck that you can expect to see me playing. Otherwise, the other deck that I will be playing is Shadow Duke. I don't need shadow materials, but I do need gold materials, so I have the gold materials ready. The only thing is you only need 4 Duke, and then that's basically the deck. You put that in the ride chain, and you throw that all in the Shadow deck, and that's good. Good to go. So Spectral Duke, you can expect to see 9 crit Shadow Duke on this channel, climbing rank, next season, and as well as Pale Moon, the real deal Pale Moon, Dreamy Fortress, all that stuff. If I don't pull enough Dreamy Fortress, then I'll run the Crimson Beast Tamer build. You know, basically different fights deck, essentially. And then that's going to be Pale Moon. And then I'm slowly working on that 4 Shamshield, but that's going to be over the course of next month. And then if I do the Cross Ride Death Army, I'll build Death Army because I already have a playset of the base form, and I've got the Death Army ladies and the Death Army guys ready to go. And of course, Yuri, her Battle Sister deck, if I can pull that one, I'll try to build Battle Sisters as well. So basically, if you're interested in seeing gameplay of all those new decks, minus Reiji, because I don't think I'll be able to build Reiji, unfortunately. I did not prioritize him. At the end of the day, I had to choose between Pale Moon and Dark Irregulars, and ultimately Pale Moon, I like them more. So, unless I get super lucky on the gacha and pull those Chariots and pull those Regis, then I will showcase it, but most likely that's going to show up later on in the month. When the raid up for Dark Irregulars shows up, then I'll probably roll the gacha at that point to build Reiji. But you can expect to see Pale Moon and Shadow Paladin at the very least. And maybe Battle Sisters and Death Army. But that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the Kyo Spike Brother event. If you built Spike Brothers, try them out. They're really, really fun. They're very refreshing to climb the ladder with. They're a really good deck. Right up there with Narukami and Ezel. And yeah, I mean, those decks are pretty much almost exactly the same in terms of, I guess, tier level power as Shadow Paladin and possibly even Kagero. I think the only deck that's kind of in a league on its own in Global is MLB, and hopefully they nerf that deck next month, and that's pretty much all I'm hoping that they do. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for me on this stream, and once again, thanks for viewing, and I will see you guys in the next one. And I guess the next one will probably be when Pale Moon is getting their updates. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.